1 year. 1 year. It has taken me 1 year to do all of this. Not to mention the fact that I dug smack dab in the middle of a cavern. Actually, not to mention the fact that it's not one cavern, ravine, whatever you like to call it. It's actually, ooh, almost fell. 1 and 2 ravines, all connected to each other. So yeah, 1 year. My lazy butt trying to go ahead and finish this thing. Not to mention the fact that I did this without the commands that I was showing off in my last video. Or mods, for that matter, since I already made the frickin' video. So, recently, as you can see, I went ahead and dug out the middle section right here, which is supposed to be a walkway going straight down all the way through the entire kingdom, or the land, whatever you like to call it, all the way to, well, the edge of this entire kingdom that I'm making. Now, I left this out only because I'm going to finish this during this video. However, after that is done, I will be moving on to the tower and then the mines. I did explain to everyone that I was going to be making a few changes about my recording schedule here and there, especially with this series. If I haven't for some reason and I completely forgot, I do apologize. Oh, that's my dog. The thing is that as soon as I am able to go ahead and get that section done, as soon as I am officially moving on to this next section over here, what is going to happen is that I am actually going to make a separate video. And the video is, funny as it is, just going to be specifically dedicated to how to make circles in Minecraft. Because I understand that a lot of people have no idea how to make circles in Minecraft. They have absolutely no idea. And some people who do know how to make circles probably only know how to make the small ones. And only know what exactly they can do and can't do with the circles. So, that's that. Moving on to the mines. This area is going to be a little easy, considering the fact that I already have the lanterns down and everything, and it's not that hard to go ahead and put the mines onto the side and everything else like that, and digging out a few areas, specifically this one, which I actually found a little while ago. I was looking back at one of my old videos, and I took a look at that spot, and this spot over here. I was like, ooh, these are actually nice areas. Like, go ahead and just simply put, like, stations or whatever in, especially this spot. Just have, like, a nice little working junction over here, whatever. And what I'm probably going to do is I will more than likely go ahead and build not just the building in this corner over here, but I'll also probably go ahead and, oh my gosh, what's the word? I'm sorry, I'm tired. Just got back from work. I'll build the building over here, so all the materials will be collected over here. As far as transportation goes, it's not going to be going through the mine shaft. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not going to be going through the mine shaft. It is going to be staying right at this building right here. And of course, I already said the railways were going to be connected to both the dungeon and the main section over there. My goodness, the main building. Thank you. The freaking castle. My gosh. um, so this area is most certainly going to be really easy. The only thing different between this and that is that I have to build another tower. Not to mention I have to add the rooms and probably add outside towers and probably a miniature version of what I have over there. So of course everything will have to be flattened out to a certain extent. But as soon as this is done, this is probably only going to take a couple of videos. Now, during that time, I will be thinking about what I'm going to do to finish the rest of this. I do apologize, I have a hiccup. I will be deciding what I should do with the rest of this section, considering the fact that, one, even after this section and those two sections over there are finished, I still have more work to do on creating the paths and creating both the interior and exterior wall, which will be several blocks apart, which I do have to go ahead and measure out. But considering that these two guys over here, I did say that I believe I did say I was putting the farm in this section over here, and that I'm, with the command blocks, now that I know how to use them, I will more than likely be putting land over here. I'm out of range, right? Okay, good. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go ahead and change weather. Okay. So it rains over here, which means that anything that's not covered in ice, of course, will basically be, I should say, non-frozen land, which makes my life a little bit easier. Just that way, one, this is all covered up. I'll go ahead and do the command blocks down there as soon as I go ahead and learn how to do them, which is why I have the coordinates on the screen right now. But as soon as I learn how to do the commands and the filling areas with a certain type of block, I'll be able to just go ahead and simply do that, filling this entire area, which the farm, like I said, it's not going to take that long. There's a few areas I could go ahead and fill in, and I had to go ahead and kind of redo the entire under area of this specific section that my cursor is going through right now, only because of the fact that I have a bunch of cave systems running down here, and I figured, you know what, I might as well just go ahead, dig down, put up a larger command, or larger area for a command, and whatever pops up that is not supposed to be here, I'll just go ahead and fix. But this will be the farm, of course, all around this area, and that area will be changed to, like I said before, the garden. So now, taking a look at this section, when both of these sections are done, the tower slash, the dungeon slash mines and the farm slash garden, I will be continuing with getting all of this taken care of. Now, first things first is, of course, going to be the barracks. I'm going to be putting up the walls. I'm going to go ahead and redesign the floor, because I don't think that this pattern is really going to be working out with the ideas I currently have for the new designs, so I'm going to have to check back in on that. So after the two barracks are done, I'm going to go ahead and continue fixing the rest of this. Whether I go ahead and actually fill in the section. I just realized that these guys are kind of off. Yeah, those guys are off. Or is it that I went ahead and... Well, I screwed up somewhere. I know I did that. Oh well, I'll catch it later. I'll catch that later. But as soon as I go ahead and cover up the flooring and everything, of course, lighting is going to be a very big question, considering the fact that I'm trying to figure out what kind of lighting I should use. Torches, as much as as old-fashioned as they are, I might either go ahead and stick with lanterns hanging overhead, probably a glowstone chandelier every other block, or I'll make these areas a little bit smaller, a little bit more enclosed, and probably make my life a little bit easier as far as lighting goes. And as far as the second floor goes, I actually have no idea what I'm doing with this floor. Whether or not I'll be doing the same thing with the bottom floor, which is probably going to enclose it, but one thing's for sure, I am adding windows to the sides of the top floors. I don't know if I'm adding them to the bottom, considering the fact that I still have that entire freaking hill over there. That has to be taken care of. Probably clear that out with the command blocks too. And as soon as all that's done, of course, the towers are going to be an issue. Gotta get that tower done, and that section of towers done. Excuse me, I have no idea what the hell was that. And taking a look at the main tower, probably going to go ahead and base everything off of not this barrier as a way of getting in and out, but I more than likely will be just adding, you know, not that, hold on, probably just be having this amount of space as a way of walking back and forth. I understand that this is all up in here and everything else like that, but its original purpose was just to go ahead and help me figure out where everything is supposed to be, and of course, these guys don't go all the way up. So the bottom floors could be as enclosed as I want them to be, whatever, but the top floors are going to be a little bit more opened. So, like I said, it'll be from back here to... Actually, that should be right on top of it, should it not? No, they'll leave 2 space walking distance, but I'm not going to have the barrier set up like that on the upper floors. On the upper floors, not over here. As far as this spot goes, might as well just go ahead and do that, but... I don't know. Like you said, the entire purpose of this, entire purpose of me switching sections, going ahead and doing that section and that section, is so that way I can go ahead and think about what I would really want to do with this. Because I'm still writing the story, which, as of right now, it's going pretty well. As far as everything else goes, with measurements, I double-checked everything, I triple-checked everything, I quadruple-checked everything. Probably checked everything thousands of times, especially downstairs. I went ahead and actually fixed the stairs, which is why I have the cobblestone stairs in my inventory. And the thing is that I'm afraid that I did overlook something. That is my only fear. Because I really don't want to go ahead, go all the way over there, back here, and then as I'm giving the tour, I realize that's not where it's supposed to be. And another thing too is that these guys were also a pain in the neck to make sure that each and every single one of them matched up with each other. Wow. How many pillars do I actually have? I never really counted. So I know that's 4 in there. 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. 32 pillars I have around this entire thing. I made 32 pillars. I didn't even count when I first made them. I just say, okay, here, 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 and here. And the funny thing is that I remember when this entire place used to just be a flat layer of cobblestone. There were no walls, nothing. It was just straight up here, and here's everything else. Well, these guys used to be just hills. So, yes, from there on, I'll go ahead and move my way towards the inside, go up the tower, and as soon as I have everything else done within here, the courtyard will be done. I'll focus a little bit more on the interior decorations as soon as everything else is put up and the lighting is done correctly. and because everything else will be basically done, I'll go ahead and attach the underground rail system, and from there on I would just deal with, like I said, the courtyard and ford. And the final touches should be oh my goodness, the final touches on everything else should be just finishing off with the interior and exterior walls, which I already have the plans for those. I already know the measurements. I already went ahead, went around the map and checked, okay, here's here, here's here. But all in all, everything seems to be going perfectly fine, considering the fact that I have been working on this thing for an entire year. As of today, I have worked on this thing for an entire year. And it's funny because a few days before my 1-year anniversary, I started this project. And I figured that it would be kind of weird for me to go ahead and do something like that, considering that I have 2 events now that I have to keep track of. But I'm hoping that I don't have to do a second year of maintaining this entire map. Only because of the fact that I would like to get it done. I would like to go ahead and have a really decent reference. I need you out of the way, buddy. Yeah, don't make me do that. I don't like doing that. Come on. Don't look at me like that. Can you please move? I don't want to. I don't want to. You just nod your head. Okay. I was about to do it. You just nod your head at me? No. But yeah, everything else is going perfectly fine. But like I said, I don't want to do a second year of this because I would like to get the reference. I would like to have everything done. I would like to see how this actually looks, considering the fact that I also have to kind of put a walkway around the walls. You know, just your classic type of castle design exterior walls. Well, the exterior walls of the castle itself, but the interior and exterior walls of the entire map would be something completely different. So talking about the 2-year anniversary of me recording on YouTube, the surprise is done. I went ahead, finally finished it up, made sure everything was perfectly fine with it. It is. I will be doing the video first thing in the morning, as soon as I could go ahead and clean up my room, because my room is actually a disaster right now. As far as what I'm doing, I, at this point, have no clue, because for some reason, EA servers are having a difficult time trying to maintain the fact that they have the new maps up and the new weapons and gear and everything else like that up. And the other thing too is that my PlayStation has been a little, I wouldn't say stubborn, but it hasn't exactly been cooperating with me network-wise. So I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with the PlayStation and how soon will the EA servers be able to get back up. If it comes down to the fact that I can't get onto anything else, I will more than likely just go ahead and play a few games here and there. It's not like I'm doing one live stream per game. It's not like I'm, sorry, what I meant to say was, it's not like I'm playing every single game. It's probably going to be more like, I'll play what I can, I'll focus on what I believe is most important for the day, and from there on, I could just go ahead and move. Now, that all looks good. All the cobblestone should be in, all in the zigzags and everything else like that, that should all be in. All filled in over here as well. Like I said, I've been checking the measurements because I wanted to make sure everything was good before I moved on to another spot. But because everything does look perfectly fine, and because I am switching from this section for now to the next couple of sections, I will actually start talking about what I will be doing in this tower. Because I understand I haven't really talked about this tower. I've only been talking about what I wanted to do inside this castle. So, what I am going to be doing is I'm going to be making basically a circle. Yes, a giant circle. Like, that's anything new. Like, I had an entire freaking spiral staircase going all the way up. Well, thing about this one is that there is going to be no spiral staircase in this one. I actually need room. And the thing is that the prison tower itself isn't the actual prison. The rest of the prison will actually be underground. The tower itself is meant for, I guess you would say, the special prisoners that are on the main antagonist list. I really don't have to describe what that means because I assume everyone has a list of their own. But I actually will be doing a separate video just working on the circle itself, considering the fact that a lot of people actually don't know about the website that I use to help me build circles in this game. And I understand a lot of people know how to build circles in the game, but a lot of people actually don't know how to build larger circles. With this, I measured everything out. Everything should be in the right spot. Measured both left, right, up, and down. And as far as the height of the tower goes, and taking a look at how skinny it is from here, I understand that one's a little bit tall, and I need to go ahead and make sure that that's physically correct, that that thing won't collapse on itself. Because usually, building with arches is a lot better than just building with pillars. So, looking at how wide it is and how tall it will be, I would safely assume that this thing looks pretty good. And the other thing about this one is that it will have its own set of walls. It will also be connected to the interior wall, which will also be connected to the exterior wall over by the castle. But the other thing too is that it will actually have a specific pathway going to and from the mines, considering that most of the prisoners are, most of the mine workers, or the miners, mine workers, wow. Most of the miners are the ones that are actually in prison. So, you know, your casual cartoon prison just working on whatever the fucking warden wants you to work on, I guess. You have no say in it. As far as clearing the ice, freaking ice spikes, this is going to be annoying to do by hand, and I really don't want to lose my measurements, so I'm probably going to have to do it by hand. As far as this area goes, however, I could probably just go ahead and do that with the command. And like I said, mostly everything will be on ground level or underground, and specific prisoners will be put up into the tower. And the reason why is because the tower is actually going to be, well, set up into large separate rooms. So each floor would basically be its own room, so each prisoner would have his or her own floor. And of course, you can assume what the top floor is saved for. The protagonist of the story, of course. Because the top floor of that tower is reserved for the antagonist. This top floor is reserved for the protagonist. It's kind of funny too, because of the fact that this is supposed to be a friggin' dungeon or a prison. No, this is reserved for only one person. No one's allowed in here. I can just imagine the conversation that someone would be having with the antagonist right now. Why do we even have the top floor? Why can't we use it? Well, I plan on using it, but no one else is allowed to use it until it's being used. And transportation between, I guess, the mine shaft and the prison tower. As far as how that's gonna work, I don't know if I'm gonna have that above ground or I could just have it. Oh my gosh, I'm guessing having a stroke again. I guess I'll have that below ground and just act as a like the resource tube. I understand that the other ones are meant for transportation, but I could just completely cut off this one if I wanted to. I don't know why that's on the face. So as you can see, this cross is already set up for the lanterns going all the way down. And yes, the idea was somewhat inspired from the mines over in oh my gosh, what was it called? I forgot the name of the kingdom. It was in The Hobbit. I was actually taking a look at it, and apparently they had a light source that was brought all the way up and down the side of the cave. And it was absolutely beautiful and amazing looking. And I figured, you know what, I might as well go ahead and do one myself. So, as far as details go, I am going to be finishing the details for these two guys right away. As soon as I start on them, the details are being put into place, because obviously with the mine shaft, there's not much details they need besides the carts, the chest full of pickaxes and resources, I guess you would go ahead and say, basically, the form of transportation that you need back and forth between the mines. And for the dungeon, well, taking a look at all the materials I have, I'm going to have to be a bit creative now, aren't I? I can probably just... Oh. I've never seen that one. Okay, well then. Interesting. I can probably just go ahead and make something up out of everything. Sea turtle. Dragon egg. Okay. I mean, the thing is that there are so many things I could go ahead and put into a dungeon. I mean, a lot of you can think of a lot of crazy things. A lot of you can think of some very screwed up and possibly very disturbing things. However, this is supposed to be like a ages 13 and up story, so I don't know how far I would be willing to go with this. But taking a look at everything, I guess I would just go ahead and straight up do what I can, think at the top of my head, and I guess just make it as crazy and as wacky as possible. I mean, does a dungeon specifically have any kind of look to it? I mean, I understand that you wouldn't probably have, like, freaking rainbows painted over the walls and candy as food and whatever, but... I mean, if you do, I don't know what kind of dungeon you're living in, or... I don't know. But the tower is specifically meant for specific prisoners, so how many floors I'll be using, I actually have no idea. Considering the fact that, like I said, I'm not using a spiral staircase, I'm more than likely going to be using just a straight up, normal staircase going up, down, left, right. Yeah. And I'm guessing after these two guys are done, I probably can go ahead and do a little bit more work on the middle section, but these two sections are more than likely going to be the easiest of all the sections, considering the fact that I don't have to add or remove that much land, and that mostly everything is pretty simple to build. I mean, the farm, of course, is also pretty simple to build. I only have to put down the crops and everything else like that, but I also have to find out a way to get them to grow in an environment like this. Probably build a giant freaking greenhouse or whatever. And that's the other thing, too. This place is actually supposed to be not creepy, but look deserted, like a wasteland. And the thing is that I'm putting gardens and farms in the side of this, so trying to specify how evil I can make everything look while trying my best to build something that you wouldn't really consider evil. I mean, the farm, if it's, like, over the head, standing over you, cornfield, then yeah, I guess you could consider that creepy, not knowing where the hell you're going. But garden, mostly the garden's for herbs and spices and a few extra resources, considering the fact that it's science fiction, it's fantasy. Not science fiction. I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep saying science fiction. It's fantasy, so I guess add a few things in there in this game that you normally make potions out of. Who knows? And the other problem I have is that I want to add mobs after I'm done with everything. The issue is that if I do, this place will be filled with, the I keep on forgetting the friggin' names. Where are the spawn eggs? I might as well. I don't know, it's the Vindicator, Pillagers, Ravager, Pillager. Okay. Pillagers, thank you. So, yeah, this thing will basically have pillagers spawning all over it, so I don't want that. I really don't want that. I don't even know if they go away after you destroy the entire tower. Also considering the fact that an iron golem is roaming through the entire place. Wait, how the hell did you get up here? You were down there. Okay, I guess you could fit the door. I don't even know how you got up here. Is that even tall enough? Wait, hold on. I don't even know if I can get up here like that. No. No, how did you... Oh. Oh? Can you jump that high? No, that's... No. No. How did you do it? No, you can't. Okay, you know what? You have, like, some special jumping ability that I have no idea. Or no clue about. So, you know what? You do you. You do you. And, yeah, like I said, this entire area also has to be fixed. So... trying to figure it out to the best of my ability what I exactly want to do. And the thing is that changes could always be made. I could add the farm over here and then extend certain sections of it out here, or probably just go ahead and have the farm straight up right here and have all this land right here to myself. Wouldn't be exactly that hard to go ahead and clear everything. But according to the original plans, the very original plans, not very, very original, but prototype number 2, which is basically what this is based off of as far as land design goes. Main section, 2 barracks by side, courtyard, and then I just call it a no man's land for now because basically nothing is here. And of course, dungeon tower, which I had to go ahead and design, the mines, the farm, and then the garden. And to be honest, I think it'd be best if I go ahead and take out this entire area and just fill it in with dirt and then have a few things of water rushing in through the place just to at least have a water source because I am adding rivers to this thing. So, as far as how big this thing is supposed to be, I have no idea. But anyways, that is, for now, going to be it for the main section of this entire castle. Like I said, as soon as the 2 other sections are done, I'll be getting back to this one. But until then, I will be starting on this one over here as soon as it loads in. Any second now. There it is. So, I'll be starting on this section, and then I'll move my way around. And before I start the farm, I'll probably just go ahead and fill in that little bay area over there. But, yeah, like I said, until then, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like. Have any comments, questions, or advice, or any possible ideas what you would like to put into dungeons. I'm probably going to regret this decision already. But any advice that you'd like to give me, please leave it in the comment section down below, and I'll be happy to go ahead and look at it. And if you want to go ahead and see more videos like this, or if you want to go ahead and continue following up on the Shadow Castle series, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button, and you'll be notified every single time I'm uploading a video or doing a live stream. Again, thank you for watching, and as always, I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.